Okay, now your turn.
How crucial is it to have a strategy for office branding?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, this is something which is very close to my heart. Um, I jump at such opportunities uh, to bring life to the walls inside an office. I think it's really important to have a strategy behind wall branding because imagine plain walls, they're just dumb walls. But what if those walls can talk to people inside the office and they could talk the brand? So there is a affinity, there is a brand affinity that happens, and the brand is, the recall is very high. And also beyond just the logo or the brand identity, there are several elements of the brand that are visually visible inside the office. The brand personality comes up as part of the branding, the wall branding. Right? It's just not splashing the brand colors on the wall. It is about strictly adhering to the brand guidelines, but yet make it so rich that the office completely turns into a brand museum, if I may say. And we did two such projects recently, and one of them was very exciting. Yeah, both were exciting, but one was more exciting because we reimagined every part of that office.
Yes.
For example, there was a small meeting room right at the reception where the candidates who come to the office for interviews, that's a waiting room for them. And these candidates are obviously anxious, right? Oh my God, when is my turn coming up? And what are they going to ask me? All these questions are in their minds. And they're sitting inside a room, and that room should actually make them feel comfortable.
Yep.
So when we were doing the wall branding, we decided that we will make this room interactive. Just not putting up posters there, we shall make it interactive. So we had a stress meter there. The candidates can just get up from their seat, go push the needle to the stress levels that they are in. Most often it's going to be bordering red,
Yes.
amber and red. And then there are these cards that are placed right beneath, and they pick up the card and then associate with the needle, and then they read some nice quotes there that makes them feel nice about the whole thing. So what's happening is they are not anxious about the interview, they are engaged in some interaction. More than the activity, I think how you make them feel is important, and how are you different from rest of the interview experience that they've had. Stories that people can talk about on LinkedIn. So maybe that's a passive benefit of keeping these interactive walls. But beyond that, it is about trying to construct a journey inside.
Yes.
As we went about doing the wall branding, we also imagined how would it be if a candidate joins the organization. It's the first day of onboarding for that candidate. How do we get this candidate to go around the office, look at all the walls, and come back and then answer a set of questions? So by then they would understand the history of the brand. They would know the values of the brand. They would know so many other things associated with the brand. So we can literally make use of the walls to talk to people. And at the same time, it's not boring for them.
Correct.
And if you want to re-emphasize some of the messages, these are messages that should be on the walkway to the cafeteria, to probably the restrooms. So every time they walk up and down, they keep reading these messages. That's a good way of re-emphasizing these messages.
Absolutely. In fact, I think in terms of just the way we approach workplace branding, the whole idea is to make sure that there is a sense of belonging and a pride of association that employees have with the new brand, with the rejuvenated brand, and nothing better than the walls. They're right there in front of them, open canvas. But we have to look at it from beyond the colors, like how you were saying, and bring out the actual messaging, which is what they will be reading every day, and they will be integrating it in what they do and the work they deliver.
Yeah, so the question is should we have a strategy for office branding? The answer is definitely yes. For example, it has to be so well thought through. Uh, we had an instance where there was a training room and we were doing the walls inside the training room, and just outside the training room there was a blank wall, and we were wondering what do we do with that wall. And so imagine people are getting trained inside the training room, they're walking out. So what is the kind of message we need to give them?
Correct.
So there were options. Should we use that wall as a feedback wall, or it could be keywords that they've heard during the training? Right? Most trainings would obviously revolve around certain subjects, and those keywords can be on the wall. So it is again re-emphasizing what they just went through inside the room. So such strategies really help rather than putting up a colorful poster there for the sake of it and then just leaving it like that.
Yes.
So every part of the organization or the office has to be thought through. Who are the kind of people who are going to visit this spot? Right? Would they be passing by this spot too often? And what is that we want to be talking to them? So these are some of the strategies that would really help during wall branding.